How will the houses of the future be like? The answer may seem trivial, but in this video we will discover that this is not exactly the case. Probably our homes will become energy self-sufficient and intelligent thanks to domotics. But how can these two objectives be achieved? Future technology, the houses of the future. As for energy self-sufficiency, passive houses have existed for several years. The definition of passive house was coined in the early 90s by Wolfgang Feist's Passive House Institute. To talk about a passive house, a building needs to consume no more than the energy equivalent of 1.5 liters of diesel oil per square meter for heating only. Over the years, it has become a standard, and other design criteria and parameters have been added regarding comfort. The useful energy requirement required for heating and cooling must be less than 15 kilowatt-hour per square meter in a year. Born in Sweden in 1988, passive houses then spread mainly to Germany, Austria, and Holland, and other northern European countries, and also to the United States, where there are two versions of passive house promoted by two separate entities, the Passive House Institute (PHI) and the Passive House Institute US (PHI-US). PHI-US was originally an affiliate and approved trainer and certifier for the Passive House Institute. In 2011, PHI canceled its contract with PHI-US for misconduct. PHI-US disputed PHI's claims and continued to work to launch an independent construction platform program. The construction of a passive house requires that you start from the foundations with the construction of a thermal coat, that is, an insulating coating on the outside of the building walls. As to wrap it completely, we then move on to the vertical elements of the passive house through the construction of external light walls, typical of buildings with controlled consumption. The internal temperature is kept constant thanks to forced mechanical ventilation devices, a double system of pipes with an outlet circuit and an inlet circuit. The outgoing hot air from the kitchen, bathroom, and toilet is conveyed to a flow exchanger, where the incoming cold air receives 80 to 90% of the heat and rerouted inside living room and bedrooms. The external airflow before reaching the heat exchanger in some buildings is conveyed through a geothermal heat pump, where it undergoes further heating. The ventilation systems of passive houses are silent and highly efficient, from 75 to 85% of the recovered heat, and require little electricity, about 40 to 50 watts, but they can cause the problem of too dry air. In a passive house, the use of renewable energy sources is essential. The solar panels allow you to heat the water for sanitary purposes, while the mini wind turbine allows the supply of electricity. A solar thermal system can cover 40 to 60% of the entire low-temperature heat requirement of the passive house. Tanks properly installed in the garden allow the recycling of rainwater where possible, toilet water for the garden and plants. Finally, the heating-cooling system chosen must be able to exploit these totally free energy sources to ensure internal comfort in the hottest and coldest seasons. Of course, passive houses do not have the same costs as traditional houses. However, they are more affordable than they were a few years ago. Those who want to build a passive house make a conscious and sustainable choice, knowing that over time the initial expense is offset by the zero environmental impact of their home. Despite the higher cost, would you like to live in a passive house? Let us know in the comments. How to organize a passive house. Living room, office, and children's room with room temperatures of 20 degrees Celsius should preferably face south. Warehouses, closets, and verandas, which have temperatures between 14 and 16 degrees Celsius, can be arranged towards north or east. The bathroom should be conveniently placed in the interior of the house between heated rooms. A west or east position should be preferred for the kitchen. The first passive house certified house in the state of New York is Hudson Passive Project, a house with simple shapes and materials designed by Barlis Wedlick Architects and built in 2010. The compact volume minimizes heat loss. The materials chosen favor heat accumulation to the point that the only system installed is that of controlled mechanical ventilation with heat recovery. Everything in this passive house seems to lead back to one principle: keep it simple. A few simple elements with a design that is as modern and essential as it is evocative and archetypal. walls dressed in local stone, a simple sloping roof in laminated wood, and a south-facing facade open as much as possible to greedily take advantage of all the scarce sunshine of the New York winters. Although many modern and contemporary buildings have large windows facing south, the all-too-frequent lack of a special heat storage element inside prevents them from fully exploiting the direct solar gain received. The architects of the Hudson Passive project were able to overcome this common mistake. The concrete floor, thanks to its high thermal capacity, functions as a thermal storage mass that during the day collects the heat absorbed by solar radiation, and in the evening, when it is most needed, it returns it to the rooms of the house. Located on the north side, the main bedroom, in its nature a private space, contrasts with the airy great room to the south, while squatting under the marvelous Gothic ceiling, 2 single bedrooms and a study occupy the mezzanine. The latter, directly overlooking the large hall below, benefits from a high amount of natural daylight thanks to the skylights cut into the roof. The only real plant that contributes to the high energy efficiency of the Hudson Passive project is not dedicated to the creation of energy, but to its recovery and control. This is the MVHR, Mechanical Ventilation with Heat Recovery System, which raises the temperature of the incoming external air by extracting thermal energy from the outgoing vitiated air. This guarantees, as we know, very high energy performance thanks to its ability to recover heat by carrying out a constant air exchange at the same time and without dispersion, with enormous benefits in terms of comfort and energy savings. The other element that will surely be part of the houses of the future is domotics. This word derives from the contraction of domus, from the Latin for house, and robotics. And with it we mean a house inside which is installed IoT, Internet of Things, devices connected to the internet that allow remote monitoring and management. These devices can perform different functions, ranging from lighting management to heating control. Be sure to join the channel, leave us a like, and click on the bell. You will help us to make products of even higher quality. Domotics guarantees safety, comfort, convenience, and energy efficiency to homeowners. In fact, the use of one or more smart devices can also be done remotely through the numerous smartphone apps. The IoT, the various systems and devices for home automation, work together, sharing usage data and automating some of the basic actions. It is precisely on this principle that a large number of basic operations are saved and take place automatically. The Domotics automation system allows us to carry out various actions for the management of the various building systems, completely automatically and according to the needs of the various users. The main application of a domotic system is in lighting, with the ability to control switching off, switching on, and adjusting the lights. It is also possible to control the various current loads, thanks to the functions that allow you to monitor them based on energy savings and blackout prevention. Domotics finds applications in heating and thermoregulation, with the ability to adjust the temperature in any part of the building, avoiding energy waste while keeping everything under control from the smartphone. Door automation is another interesting function of home automation, which allows you to automatically open and close doors, curtains, gates, shutters, and more. For example, these can open automatically when we approach or move away from your home. As far as safety is concerned, it is possible to install alarm systems, such as those that detect flooding, the presence of smoke or gas leaks, which send reports directly to the owner's smartphone through notifications or text messages. Video surveillance is included among the functions of domotics and allows you to monitor both the interior and exterior of your home in real time. Finally, it is possible to take advantage of the remote control of household appliances, perhaps by activating certain functions or programming certain washing programs. Even garden irrigation, with the option of automating it at the most convenient times, also taking advantage of rain and humidity sensors. These features can be activated using the various smart devices, which through smartphone applications such as Apple Home and Google Assistant guarantee simultaneous use. Domotics has managed to change and improve every aspect of our life, from turning on light bulbs to programming dishwashers and so on. Here's a list of some examples. Smart TV. Modern televisions connect to the internet to access on-demand entertainment content. You can install and access Amazon, YouTube, Netflix, and many other applications. Some models offer advanced features such as voice or gesture recognition. Intelligent lighting systems can detect when one or more people are in a room, adjusting the intensity of the various lights accordingly. Smart thermostats, just like those made by Nest, have a built-in Wi-Fi module which allows users to remotely program and monitor the temperatures in their home. These devices learn from their owners' habits and automatically change settings to offer residents maximum comfort and efficiency. Smart thermostats can also signal excessive energy consumption, reminding owners to change filters and so on. Smart locks are the most modern devices of all those that refer to home automation. They are generally installed in armored doors, thus facilitating access with your smartphone or with a fingerprint. Security cameras. They are really very useful, and there are different price ranges. Each product can in fact perform a series of different actions. The cheapest ones are used to monitor children or pets, while the more advanced ones can act as a surveillance system. In case of unwanted guests, these devices are able to send notifications to the smartphone and automatically call the competent authorities. Smart sprinklers. You can finally go on vacation and no longer worry about giving water to your plants. Modern sprinklers can be controlled from the smartphone, so just a click is enough to start irrigation. How enthusiastic do you feel about Domotics' potential? Let us know in the comments. The main advantage of Domotics, recognized by those who have already made their home intelligent, is the fact that they can safely monitor the home at any time. It is a particularly useful technology for the elderly, considering that it is possible to control their state of health, but also because it is able to greatly facilitate many essential actions. Comfort is another feature of home automation. In fact, you can get home and open the door directly with your smartphone, with the home lighting that adapts to our actions and habits. Another advantage to consider is certainly the great savings that you can enjoy. In fact, adopting a Domotics installation in your home means significantly improving energy efficiency. Obviously, there are also negative aspects of home automation. First of all, it is very easy for products from different brands to find it difficult to communicate with each other and therefore fully perform the functionality. Other articles, on the other hand, can be really complex both for management and for configuration. In fact, excessive system complexity can be defined as non-user-friendly, as users who are not used to using technologies may find themselves in difficulty, with the possibility of creating further system problems. Just think about what can happen if the anti-theft system is not managed correctly. A problem highlighted regarding the security of Domotics lies in the concerns of users regarding the network that connects the devices of the smart house. The problem is magnified in cases where these systems are built by themselves without having the right skills. In the worst case, if a hacker attack was carried out against the home automation system, it could take control of all the smart devices, with the possibility of tampering with the alarm. As a final disadvantage, we would like to mention the cost of acquiring the home automation system, which can be particularly expensive if you intend to carry out a complete installation with numerous systems to be monitored. Be sure to join the channel, leave us a like, and click on the bell. You will help us to make products of even higher quality.